Windrush to me means the invitation that was sent out by Britain to the islands that they had previously colonialised, and they invited many across to help rebuild Britain after the war. So it was an invitation by the motherland to come over and help rebuild a country that many had held in high esteem and had aspired to come across. My grandparents, they came across. My grandfather came originally and then sent for his wife, and he had 12 children, or they had 12 children, and so they sent for their children once they had settled, and they came across to England, and I believe they settled in Wolverhampton first. My grandfather was one of the first black bishops in the UK, so he came across to help with spirituality and faith of those who had settled here, because they weren't always welcome in the churches that were already here. They had to worship within each other's houses or in community centres, etc. The saying is actually from Jamaica, and it's said as "we're little but we're Talawa." And that just means that we're a small island with a huge impact. And so I've taken that to describe Black Health Initiative, which is we're a small charity, but we have a huge impact. And that impact is looking at the inequities in education, health and social care that happens, especially those from the visible minority groups, as in Black, Asian and minority ethnic. Definitely the incidents that had happened 50, 60, 70 years ago are still happening now. I think it's just in a different format. So it was interesting that recently there was a race equality report that spoke about institutional racism. I think when it was very much overt when my grandparents came across, with incidents, no black, no Irish, no dogs. So, people didn't have to think that they had to hide their racism. It was there, it was in your face. I think now it's covert. And for me, that's more insidious because it means that we can't see it, so we can't deal with it. Teaching needs to happen, so we need to be taught history all through our academic years, through schooling, and all the educators need to be taught about that. I think we have Black History Month. For me, that can be counterproductive. I think Black history should be taught through all of the curriculum, because you can find us, and I say us because obviously I'm a Black woman, you can find us in a number of different modules, from inventors to creators to you name it. We've been there. So there isn't a lack of representation, but there's a lack of willingness to use those representations.